I'm done with recording videos in my room, and the weather is nice. Winter is almost here, but it's been raining since yesterday. So I thought I should finally go on my roof, and regardless of how I feel, I need to record a video on my roof. I hope I will not make it weird. And today I'm talking about books, what I have been reading lately. I think I have talked about this book in one of my videos, but today I want to share my thoughts on the trilogy, The Three Body Problem. So, if you are here for the first time, my name is Roshan, and on this channel, I talk about English learning and sometimes books. I'm a big science fiction guy. I love watching science fiction movies, series, but I had never read an actual novel. I started reading this series called Stormlight Archive last year in November, and it took me more than 8 months. And that is a fair amount of time because that series is really bulky. There are five books in that series, and all of those books are about 1300 pages. And I think even that series can be categorized as science fiction, but it was not purely or completely a science fiction series. So one day I was watching this episode on Chalchitra Talks interview of Rohan Joshi on this channel, and I really like his recommendation because I think whatever I have read from his recommendation, they are always good. So he talked about this series called The Three Body Problem, and I right away bought this series. And I think I started reading this in August, exactly on August 4. And it took me more than 50 days to read these three books. And today I'll share my opinion on each of them and whether you should read it or not. I know that my audience is trying to learn English, and if you are a regular watcher, you know that how much I talk about books and the importance of them. But you don't have to read whatever I recommend because, see, for me, reading is like watching a movie or scrolling reels. So that's why I'm able to read a lot of things. And because of that, I am also able to improve my language. I feel like I can comprehend anything. Most of the time, I'm choosing those kind of books which are easy for me to understand. If I'm able to comprehend it without putting any effort, then that's a no brainer for me. I don't even think too much and I keep on reading. And that's what happened with this series. So, the book is originally written in Chinese by Cixin Liu. I hope I'm saying his name correctly, and it is translated in English by Ken Liu. And I was able to read some 50 pages very quickly. So, I was logged in. The story starts with this revolution in China, and I don't know how accurate this is history wise, but I didn't pay much attention to it. And after that, the real science fiction thing starts. Our character is a scientist and she starts researching, but her backstory was really sad, and that's why it makes sense why she did what she does in the book. So, like majority of people, my definition of aliens are very simple, like cooperative, getting to work with them. But this book will completely change the way we look at aliens. And another good thing about this book is that it is written in video game format, so it is very easy to understand and it is very descriptive. I would say you are able to imagine what exactly is happening. So I had a lot of fun and I was able to read this quickly. Now the second book, The Dark Forest. You know, honestly, I was really disappointed when I started reading this one because I'm more of a character guy and the main character from the first book completely disappeared. And I went right away on the internet and searched whether I'll be able to see him later in the book or not. But I'm happy that I didn't stop reading, and the concept of the dark forest itself was really fascinating. You know, it was completely new. I had no idea what dark forest means, and if you don't know, don't search it, especially if you are looking to read this book. But if you're not interested, then right away search it. You'll find it really fascinating. Now in the second book we were moving from different eras. There were new scientific terms. They were heavy, but at the same time they were not too heavy for even a normal person like me to understand them. And the problem of character also got solved to, especially in the middle of the book, because some of the characters from the first book were still here and I was really happy to read about them. The real fun started when I got into the third book, Death's End. Why? It completely blew my mind. I got to say that I wasn't prepared for this. The grand scale of space, the ideas, they were not comprehensible most of the time, but it was like, dude, how insignificant we are. And the only reason that I never stopped reading this series was the ideas. They were so fresh, so new that every time I was reading a new chapter, they completely blew my mind. So, do I recommend this series? 100%, especially if you are into science fiction and if you are looking for something new, completely fresh. it will completely change your thought on how we see civilization and how we think of aliens. I don't think beginners can comprehend it easily, but you gotta try. I can only say this, that if you give yourself some time, then this book will become so much fun to read. I'm really happy that I never stopped reading this, and I don't know how this video has turned out, how confident I was, but I think I should try doing this, especially when the weather is nice. Even though I have been planning for such a long time that I need to go out, I need to make, I need to talk publicly, but dude, it feels so weird even to record on my roof. So that's it from today's book talk. I'll see you very soon with another video, and I'm reading this another book series by Brandon Sanderson, and the series is called Mistborn Trilogy. That's another trilogy, but this time I'll make video on each book separately. So if you want to watch that, please subscribe. And if you want to learn English in one-on-one and group classes, then drop me a message on my number. We can start learning together. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you.